morning. We are still in Siem Reap, but today we're going to attempt to climb a mountain. It's actually a very popular mountain that a lot of the tourists and locals visit. It's known as like a holy place. It's very religious and there's a lot of things to do. There's a bat cave, there's temples, there's restaurants. You can drive up the mountain, but we're going to take the challenge and climb the mountain. So let's get started.
This is going to be our transportation for today. We actually picked the bike up last night because we are leaving quite early. It is 7 a.m. right now. We woke up at 6, got ready, and yeah, the bike is brand new actually, because a lot of the places that rent bikes, they don't maintain the bikes very well. And we made sure that we got good tires on this bike because it is an hour drive, and sometimes you have to drive on the shoulder here because the cars are like pushing you off the road. So we just wanted to make sure we're being really safe, and this is like literally brand new. It only has 800 kilometers on it and it should be good.
So we have some leftovers right here that we have from last night. We went to a restaurant called Wild, and they specialize in spring rolls, deep fried spring rolls, deep fried dessert spring rolls, and fresh spring rolls. And their spring rolls are massive. We didn't know, so we each ordered 2 sets, which is 3 in a set. So we got 6 spring rolls each, and we couldn't finish them. So spring rolls are our breakfast today.
Yeah, we had them in a fridge overnight, and they do say on their menu that they recommend ordering 2 sets of spring rolls, but I guess we weren't that hungry or we couldn't eat it. But they're super delicious and really fresh, so it's actually perfect for us to eat this for breakfast. We're not going to be wasting any time.
Look at how good they look.
Let's check them out. They look good. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is the price that we rented the bike for. It was $15 US, which I think is a little bit overpaying, but like I was saying, you can actually get a bike for like $8, but we did want to be safe and we wanted to make sure we're getting a good bike for this journey, so that's why we decided to go with this one instead of the $8 ones. They weren't as good.
We made it to the beginning of the hike. We're gonna go up the stairs behind me, but first we're gonna try to get some food. And also, we have a theme going on this channel where we keep missing the turn of our hikes or waterfalls or whatever we're trying to get to. We go past it a little bit, have to turn around, come back. But in the end, we always make it. So let's go get some food first to have some energy, and then we'll start the hike.
There's this tiny little village. I don't even know if I would call it a village, but a couple houses and stuff like that we can probably get some food at or something. There might be a little shop down there to the left, we'll see, and we'll just grab something to eat real quick so we have energy, and then we'll start the hike. I have this app that's called All Trails that we're going to be using to navigate the trail, and on there it's saying that this is a hard trail, so we'll see how hard it actually is for us, and hopefully we don't get lost.
Yes.
This shop is very small,
Yeah.
with a very limited stock over here. Just some bananas, some chips, and just snacks and water.
We have water though.
Yes. We got our gigantic water bottle, and we also got one in the backpack over there. And we should be good for the hike. And there's also shops on the mountain and like a little village, so we should also be able to still buy food there once we get there.
This lady at the shop, or girl, I don't really know how old she is. She looks young. Is so sweet. She charges us $1 for the bag of chips, and she gave us all these bananas for free. And we're like, no way, like we want to pay for it. And she's like, no, just take it. So we gave her like $2.50 just cause.
Yeah. And we only wanted 2 bananas, but
like literally 2, and we got 2 bunches.
Yeah, we got a lot of bananas. So
We're not going hungry today.
definitely not. We're gonna try and give some to the kids if there's any kids on this hike, because I heard there will be. So we'll try and give them some bananas and give some away, because there's absolutely just no way we're gonna eat that many bananas. That's a lot. We just had our little spring rolls. We just had the bananas. Some bananas, not all of them obviously. And right now we're starting the hike finally. It is 10:30 exactly right now, and we'll see how long it takes us. They say that it's supposed to take 2 hours, so we'll see if we can make it quicker or it'll take us more time. Usually things do take us more time than it says, because we do vlog everything and we have to stop, but we'll see. So far it's stairs.
There's so many stairs.
There are so many stairs, yes, look at them.
Reminds me of the cave temple in Sri Lanka.
Yes. Okay, let's go. I would say we got extremely lucky today, because it's not too sunny, it's not too warm either. So, and it's quite kind of cloudy, so it's perfect to be doing hiking today. Otherwise, you know, we'd be sweating up a storm. But so far so good. We made it up a bunch of stairs and we're gonna continue hiking right now. Going up the mountain, there's definitely a lot more shops. You can buy water, so you don't have to buy that like beforehand. Lots of snacks, even clothes. They had the same dress, or a very similar dress to what Zay bought at the market in Siem Reap. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be lots more shops along the way up. And food as well. We reached a landmark, as you can tell. We believe it's a pagoda, but we're not 100%. They did say that it's recommended for us to get a guide, because we'll get lost on our own. And so far it's looking like we haven't really got lost, but we're definitely having to turn around a couple times so far.
There's no clear markings as to where anything is.
Yes, not in English at least. But this is a beautiful building right here. You might even be able to go inside and check it out. It's looking very nice. Very interesting carvings in the wall as well. This is how we've been navigating the whole time. We're just using Google Translate with the camera, and we can translate everything that it says on all the signs. For example, that.
You know, half the time when we're doing these massive hikes and I'm like sweating buckets, out of breath, about to pass out, I'm just like, why are we doing this? And then we get to a view like this and I'm just like, oh yeah, this is why. And it's always so worth it. It's just so nice, no matter how sweaty and out of breath you are.
The views are endless and beautiful, but as you can tell, this part of Cambodia over here, at least this region, is not very mountainous at all. It's all flat except a couple of small mountains. But yeah, the one right now is pretty spectacular as well. Check that out. It's all built into the stone. Very cool. Let's check out this building. It seems to be empty, but I guess there's still a little bit higher that we can go. Check out this tiger over here. That's just random in the middle of these rocks. And look how cool this tree is over here. With like this rock right there, it's just like hanging. It's so interesting. And then this is pretty much the end of the road. It's a little shrine. We can enter a little bit here. Let's see. So it's just a little shrine over there. All right, so we're on the way down again, backtracking. And yeah, I mean, there's supposed to be a ton of stuff on this mountain. Like there's a bat cave and lots of different temples. And I would say, if I had to suggest, when you guys come here, if you come here, to definitely get a guide, because I feel like we won't be able to explore everything because it's kind of hard to navigate, like we mentioned. And yeah, a guide would definitely be able to take you everywhere quicker and show you all the spots that you want to check out.
Attila and I like the challenge where we're just like, we're gonna try to do this ourselves. Let's see if we can do it. And sometimes you're just like, probably shouldn't have done that.
Plus, it was supposed to be $20 a person to enter the national park, but we didn't really run across any checkpoints set where they would charge us, and we're definitely in the park. So that was also a factor, that we didn't want to pay like 40 American dollars plus like $20 for a guide or something like that. So that also was a factor for us. We are trekking the jungles, so there's bound to be lots of animals. And just check out how cool and mesmerizing these ants are looking right here. That's crazy how many of them there are and how interesting it looks. Very cool.
You can change your clothes over there.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We're not going to swim today.
You feel cold.
We're just on a hike. We're trying to find the waterfall.
Okay. And I will show you the way to the waterfall.
Okay, thank you so much.
Would you like to see the spring water here? Oh, you see? Yeah. This is the natural spring water we call takjuk. And this water, it comes from underground. It's very deep inside the mountain.
Yeah.
It's more than 1,000 years before.
1,000 years
From our
old.
old generation. It's not a new place.
Yeah.
And the statue is also the ancient statues. We call Preangjuk, which you can pray.
Yes.
Whatever you wish inside your heart, whatever you want to get happy, prosperity, money. Okay?
Zay's trying the spring water.
Very clean.
Yes.
It tastes very clean.
It's a lot of
Mineral water.
Yes. It's a fluorine and vitamin inside. There's many root of the tree
Tree
also
roots.
joined together
It gets
inside
clean,
this
yeah,
water.
filtered.
Very
It's
nice.
better than mineral water. Better than Vital and Kulen. Yes. Okay. What is your name, by the way?
Zaina.
Zena.
Yes.
Yeah. And mine's Attila.
Attila.
Yeah.
And my name is Sophia.
It's okay. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for
You're so
showing. Yeah.
helpful.
So we're still climbing up, and thankfully that lady that we were speaking to, and she let us try that spring water. She pointed us in the right direction. And guys, check this beast out right there. I believe that's a millipede, and it's massive. You probably can't tell, but if I put my hand and my finger there next to it, it's as big as my hand or bigger. We just stopped for another water break because Zay is getting thirsty, and we are sweating a lot, so it is a good idea, much needed. The views are still spectacular, you can see right there. And yeah, there's a big tree here that fell right on the stairs, actually. Massive tree. And there we go. We keep going. Also, you can drive up this mountain. There is some type of a road. The tuk-tuks cannot make it up here, so you'll need to hire a car or a taxi or something like that to make it up, or get a bike, and if you're brave enough, come up yourself. So the stairs have disappeared, and right now we're walking in the middle of the jungle instead. It's actually a nice change from walking up steps. It's a little bit flatter, a little bit easier, and there's a path, as you can tell. And yeah, it's really nice. You can hear the jungle noises, It's nice and cool. Well, you would never be able to tell based on my face, but at least there's no sun beating down on us is what I mean. It's still warm though. I'm dripping sweat in the back of my head and everywhere.
So I always joke around with Attila and I'm like, why are you sweating so hard? Like profusely sweating. And this is why I say it.
I'm dripping sweat. But I think Zay's in pretty much the same boat if I were to show you guys her face right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's also sweating hard. But we're gonna keep going. Zay just walked through a massive spider web. And I have to zoom in on this for you guys. I hope you see that spider up there. It is literally, with no joke, the size of a damn bird.
So big.
I hope you can tell on camera. It's pretty high up now because after she walked through the web, it climbed up the tree. But that is absolutely messed up. I hope it shows on camera. I cannot believe that just happened.
My worst fear is coming alive.
Well, she just ate the tarantula in our other video.
At least that wasn't alive.
But this is messed up. That scared me too. After I saw that thing going up, that was the biggest spider I have ever seen in my entire life.
It's literally like this big.
Literally. No joke. Wow. From now on, I'm gonna be walking first. But with that being said, I gotta say that I'll be keeping my eyes wide open and very careful because that is absolutely messed up. That is a scary spider right there. We're definitely not the only ones on this mountain. And I do think we're on the top of it at the moment, walking through the jungles. But there's motorcycles and stuff, so you can make it up somehow with a motorcycle. Like I was saying, there is a road up to make it up to the mountain. But we took a different way, obviously, the stairs, the hiking route. But it is possible to make it with a bike.
Waterfall?
5 kilometers?
This way?
This way?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, that's okay. We're currently walking through a tiny little village with only a handful of homes. It's very interesting. They're jamming out. You can hear it right there. I think that blue one right there is a school. We saw some kids' drawings in there. There's some chicken randomly all over. You can see some more over here. They're drying laundry everywhere. There's little shacks and little homes. And it's very interesting to see just how remote people are living up here. And there's also a ton of these fruits on the ground, you can tell. We haven't had a chance to look up what they are exactly because we don't have internet yet. But there's a little bean at the end of it and you can see the villagers picking them. And yeah, they're right there. Very interesting. There's some on the tree right here as well. And I have no idea what they are, but we will have to research it because it does smell good and we would eat some of the fruit.
They smell delicious.
Yeah, they smell very sweet and fruity, but we won't risk eating anything if we don't know what it is exactly. But there's thousands on the ground, you can tell right there. That's just a few there, and then there was a lot more. And you can see the villagers kind of picking them and stuff like that. I'm curious to research and see what it is, and we'll tell you guys as well.
We made it out of the jungle onto the road, and this is the road where people can take their cars up to the waterfall. And we're just trekking right now towards there, and at least 2 people have stopped and offered us a ride on the motorbike. And we tell them, oh, we're just gonna walk, and they're like, it's really far. And we're like, it's okay. I don't know, they seem to be nice. They haven't set a charge. We don't know if they're just being nice or trying to get some money. But it's supposed to be like 4 kilometers away from here. So let's get it going.
Yes. And this is the road that I was saying that the tuk-tuks can't make it up because it is, you know, rocky and stuff like that. You can just see motorbikes and cars, and it does get pretty steep at some points, and the tuk-tuks aren't very powerful, so they can't make it up the road.
Say hi.
So,
Thank you for the
bye.
ride.
Thank you, thank you. We just got offered another ride by these guys. There's like 20 of them on this truck. Very funny.
So nice.
Yeah, they're super nice. And you can see there's more cars going past us. And I'm sure this won't be the last ride offer because we are walking on the road.
That's so sweet.
Yes. It looks like we finally made it. We're on the right track. You can see the sign behind me. We have the waterfall. We have the 1,000 lingas, which we have not really mentioned or told you much about yet, but we will once we get there. And then we have a Preangtum, which is a sideways laying down Buddha that we're also going to check out. So I'm happy we finally are making it, and you know, it's paying off. The hike is paying off. Also, the jungle is spectacular. You could see some very, very cool and interesting trees. And I think there's some restaurants here that you can eat at and stuff like that. And we still have not paid any money to enter the park or anything, but that might just be luck or something like that, that we're hiking, they feel bad for us, or who knows. Let's see. We're gonna head and check out the waterfall first, I guess, because Zay's heading that way. You can tell we're getting closer to the waterfall because there's a parking lot, there's tons of cars and a ton of shops. And let me just say, it smells like some delicious food up ahead. And I can see a lot of clothes, and you already know that we're probably going to be heckled at least a little bit to buy something. But we'll keep the camera rolling for a little bit, because just to show you guys right here. Hello. Hello. Anyways, it is currently dry season here, so the waterfall might not be as raging as it would be during rain season, but hopefully there is still some water in there. Also, the river that we were talking about earlier, the one with the 1,000 lingas, that one is actually, it's a good thing that it's dry season, because then we can see the lingas in the river. And like I said, I will explain that a little bit later once we actually show you guys how they look and what they are. But the water level, when it's too high during rain season, you can't really see them, so now we'll actually be able to show you that. But I'm really hoping there is some decent water flowing. Lots of handicrafts, lots of souvenirs you can see in the shops here. Clothing, basically a little bit of everything. And they're also selling gasoline in water bottles. Zay has not said anything about buying any dresses or clothes yet, or how cute they are, and I'm just shocked.
I've been thinking it, but I'm holding back.
Like we said at the beginning of this video, there are a ton of locals that come to this mountain.
There's a mini waterfall here.
Especially on the weekends and whatever, when there's celebrations and stuff. Right now, it's a Monday, I believe, so there's not as many. But you can see they're having picnics over here. They're all eating. And there is some water right there. It's like the river. You can see lots of locals, lots of families over here hanging out in the hammocks and everything like that. The kids are all in the water, enjoying the water. Right there. You can see some more over here. And it's pretty cool, actually. We might get in the water, but I'm not sure yet. We're heading towards the waterfall right now. You can see the top of it right here. We'll check it out from the bottom as well. But here it is. I might just have to take my socks off to check it out though. Deep jungles, as you can tell down there. Very green, a lot of flowers, probably a lot of bugs and spiders. But we are gonna head down there because that's where the big waterfall view will be, because we're still kind of at the top of everything right now. That's just a small one right there, and we're gonna head down and check out the view from the bottom. And check out these beautiful flowers over here as well. We'll walk right by them. It's been a really nice walk so far in the jungle and everywhere. And here's a warning right here saying that you may die if you go down here, so do it at your own risk. and you're responsible for your own safety. But we're gonna take the risk, as we do, with caution of course, and hopefully we make it down. I think the caution sign was mostly for the people who drove here, because we've definitely hiked a little bit more steep stuff when we're coming towards here. So if you drove up, then the sign is for you. But we're almost down here. It's just steps. It's nothing too crazy. It's not that dangerous. But the steps are quite like wide, so you do have to be careful where you're stepping. You can see you could easily step down there and probably break something or get an injury. So it's best to be careful. But check out that massive tree that fell down there. That's crazy. And there's a bunch of monks down here as well. You can see all over the area. Actually, it's like we were saying, it's religious.
Oh, the waterfall's so pretty.
And the waterfall is stunning. Right next to the waterfall there are safety boxes. They cost $1. We are going to use them because we have our backpack and the camera equipment, and you can also rent swimming trunks for $1. I brought my own. Zay did not, but she'll rent one of these beautiful ones. Probably that one. I would recommend that one.
It's not a bikini area.
Yeah, there's no bikinis. You're going to keep yourself covered up. But we are going to go swimming because we did hike a long time, and you know, it would be a shame not to. We've switched to GoPro view because we are heading in the water. Zay rented some shorts for $1. We logged up our stuff for $1, and now we're heading in the water. And let me just say, I'm really happy about the flow of the waterfall. It's perfect, but obviously if you're coming in rainy season, it would be a lot more strong.
It's cold.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's nice.
It is cold. But people are loving it. The kids are loving it. And I guess I might even have to go in the deep end of this waterfall. For sure. We didn't come here for nothing. Oh, it is cold.
It's so cold.
I'm not happy right now. It's gonna be really hard to get in this water. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm gonna have to do it. Even if it takes me an hour. It's cold, but it's not that bad.
If you're in here long enough, your legs go numb and you don't feel it. It's so pretty. Look.
If you guys seen our previous video, you know that we went to a fish massage, and I'm getting one right now. There's about 1,000 fish on my leg. I don't know if you can see it in here. I'll try to film it underwater, but there's 100 fish on my leg and they're nibbling on me. The fish are nibbling at my feet like crazy. And I'm not loving it. And it's cold. The water is cold.
The water is so beautiful though, like it's nice and refreshing. We're gonna give Attila a medal for even putting his body in the water, because this never happens in ice cold water. We had our nice little dip. We've changed back into our regular clothes. We're gonna go up these stairs and head to the river of 1,000 lingas.
Bây giờ này prap này một tí tường.
And this one?
Yeah.
$2 for $1.
$1?
Two for $1. And this one.
eating it.
Yeah.
What's this one? Potato?
It's potato? Like,
Yes, good.
it's okay, we'll try it, it's okay. We walked past this little food vendor over here, and we're so hungry right now. We're just like looking for anything to eat, and we saw these delicious looking sausages and potatoes, and it was 2 for $1. So we grabbed some, and they smell delicious.
Yeah, the food and snacks on this mountain here is pretty expensive because tourists are coming here, and I guess it's just hard to obviously get the food up here, but that's what we got because that was pretty cheap. Other meals at restaurants, they were showing us the menus were like $7. So how's the meat tasting?
Delicious.
Okay,
It's like a sausage with like a sweet and sour sauce on it.
I can't wait to try. Also, we got our trusty water as always, and the chips that we bought at the beginning of our hike, we have not opened it yet, but we'll be eating all that together.
We made it to the river of 1,000 lingas. We're not 100% sure if this is it. We see the river, but we don't see the lingas. We're gonna keep walking and taking a closer look to see if we see the carvings in the water. And the carvings in the water, there's supposedly thousands of them, if not more, and it's all dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. Apparently this river is supposed to be magical in some way, where people who want to be fertile, who want to get pregnant, they come here, they go in the water, they swim in the water, sometimes they drink the water to get the blessing and be able to have a pregnancy. Oh my god, I think I see them!
There they are.
Woo!
Oh, you can see them right there. Yeah, so this would not be visible if it was rainy season, like I was saying, because the river would be too big. You can see the carvings here that are not covered by water at the moment, and there's different kinds, and they all look very interesting. And they're actually from the 11th and 12th century, which is pretty crazy. And we can keep walking along this river and there will be tons more, but we will not be taking no bath in this river anytime soon, or else we have to end this trip. Don't get near that water now. There's another attraction on top of this mountain that we could see, which is a Buddha that's laying flat, but I think we're gonna skip that because it's almost 3 p.m. and it took us about 2.5 hours to hike up, and we still have to go back down, and we're not gonna be filming anything going on the way back down, so hopefully it takes us a little bit less time. And it's about a 1 hour drive back to Siem Reap, and we don't like to drive in the dark, so we're trying to get back down there as soon as possible. But if you're not hiking up and you drive up, you can still check out all this stuff without having to rush, but we're kind of rushing because we have our motorbike down there and we don't want to be you know, driving in the dark. So it only took us, I think, 1 hour and 16 minutes to get down from the waterfall, which is a lot less than what it took us to go up it. And that's because we already basically knew the route and we didn't stop anywhere, we didn't vlog. And the sun's out, as you can tell. I'm sweating up a storm again. But right now we're gonna head back to Siem Reap. It should take about 1 hour, and we'll see you guys back there.
Back to the city. We are gonna go shower and come back for a nice massage at the place right behind me. We mentioned it in our first day of Siem Reap video. If you haven't seen that, we're gonna link it above, and we're just ready to relax. So please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.